Hey YouTube, RC Flyer 1 here. It's 10:24, 10:30, so I might be a little tired right now. So, yeah, so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be talking about how this airplane flew. Now, I know I didn't get time to talk about this airplane after I flew it because I just didn't have time to, and the video had to be made and stuff like that. So I'm going to make this a separate video. I am making shows every Friday, maybe Saturday, when they're uploaded. So check it out. Subscribe to me if you want to see videos about RC airplanes, and only RC airplanes on Friday. Now, I might have another kind of video on maybe like some survival thing or something, but that's not going to count. The RC videos will still be posted every Friday, no matter what, unless I'm on vacation or anything like that. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is, this is a glider, so it's meant to glide and float in the air. Now, you can see that wing has a lot of area under it, and it kind of curves up. So that's a really good thing about this glider. And the propeller folds back, so you can have, when you're gliding, your propeller folds back, and it's very good airflow. But when you're spinning, the centrifugal force will make your propellers like that. Now, starting switch right there. Just press that button. There you go. Not much. And if I see this thing here, the transmitter, when you're flying this in very heavy winds, or when you're flying with the wind, downwind, this is not very, how should I say this, not very responsive. So if you want to turn a little bit, you have to push it all the way. But that's only if you're flying in bad wind like I was. If you see my flight video that I made last week, then yeah. I'll try to make flight videos every month if I can. I don't know if I can. I might fly this again, maybe, make a different video about this flying. But I would recommend this to a beginner. Now, I know most people would recommend the Hobby Zone Super Cub, or Mini Super Cub, or the, the Commander 2. I wouldn't really argue with the Firebird Phantom, because it has elevator control too, unlike the Commander 2. The Phantom's way cheaper. I would recommend an Arctec Wing Dragon, or Wing Glider, whatever you call it. That's a pretty good one. The 3-channel one is a good one. But I haven't really flown it yet. I just heard a lot of comments on RC discussion forums that is a really good glider. But I would recommend this one. If I had to, I would recommend this one, because it just has so much glide to it. It wants to keep itself in the air. It never wants to come down. Now, even if your motor is on the lowest possible running speed that it can be, the ESC is on the lowest, speed, this thing wants to climb. So to make it descend, you have to turn the motor all the way off, and then it'll gently glide down. But yet you have to have a lot of space for this to land, because it's a glider, and all gliders want to, they all want to glide. So the battery hatch, very easy to take out. You got your ESC in there, battery connector, battery hatch. There is no air intake in here, but that's not really big a deal, because this is a glider, and gliders don't really need it because they fly so slowly. So I'm not concerned about that. I was thinking about putting some air intake on my Mini Super Cub, but then I thought about it, and maybe I shouldn't do it because it flies fine stock. But I would recommend this more. And this is cheaper, ready to fly. It comes with everything you want. It comes with the radio, the battery, the chargers, the plane, the motor, everything installed. All your servos. Push rods coming out, all I have to do is connect them, which take about a minute. 30 seconds, I would say. That's about it. So, yeah, the flight characteristics are very good with this aircraft. Very responding when you go towards the wind, and you should always land towards going against the wind. You never want to land with tailwind, or right when you slow it down, it's just gonna stall because it doesn't have enough wind under its wings. That's a tongue twister, I think, out there. But it doesn't have enough wind under its wings, and it'll cause the plane to stall, banging up your motor, cracking your wing. And this wing is foam, so be very careful with this wing. Body's plastic, so I don't have to worry about that. And smooth bottom, you can land on grass, and this, I don't know, some slingshot thing or a tow rope, I don't know what that thing is. But yeah, this has a 380 power system. It's a pretty good motor. ESC can get kind of hot sometimes, so you always want to, after you land it, cool it, wait about like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes, cool it down. But other than that, this is a great flying glider, and I hope you buy it, because this glider is very good for beginners, and it's very good for pros too. Because you can go ahead and put flaps, ailerons, spoilers, you name it, so you could put all that stuff. You can put, like a landing gear on it if you want. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if you put a landing gear on it. I might do that. I don't know if I will, because I like the grass landing feature, because all I have is a little piece of, concrete that I can land planes on, and that's why I put that crash landing video of my Super Cub. If you go and check that out, it's only like 30 seconds, so it won't really take up most of your time. So I recommend you go checking that out. You can go to my channel, check all that out, and yeah, I'll post new videos soon. Now, nickel metal hydride batteries, I've learned that you can just run them down, and you don't have to worry about them coming back up, because they'll just charge right back up no matter what. The lithium polymers, you don't have to worry about those, and I don't know, I forgot about those ones, but yeah, nickel metal hydride batteries, known as NIMH, whatever you call that, you can run them down. You don't have to worry about anything like that, and that means when your battery is completely down, you can still, like, if you're on a downwind, something like that, you can still glide this thing in very easily, because it has so much glide to it. My other airplane, which is the Mini Super Cub, that doesn't have that much glide to it. And if I get it here, here it is. You can see that the wing is smaller. It's farther forward. The propeller is actually bigger on my Mini Super Cub. I didn't really expect that, but this, it's a Mini Super Cub. Mini Super Cub, it's mini. Yeah, it just carries on by itself. This does have air intake for the motor. It has battery hatch, and the battery hatch on the bottom I don't like, because when you come in for a landing, and if you want to take your landing gear off when you're not in grass, it can kind of break the battery hatch off. So if I open this back up again and show you the inside, that's the motor right there. Now, it's protected in this plastic, so it won't break or bend anything. Nothing. Well, the shaft might bend, as you can see there, but I don't know if it would really bend. I would rather for it to break off, so I can just replace the shaft. I don't know, because when it bends, it like vibrates a lot. It makes weird sound. Now, one thing I like about the Mini Super Cub that I do not like about this slope driver or slope diver, I don't know. Don't leave any comments correcting me, because I really don't care what you call this. I'll just call it the slope driver, but slope diver, sorry, I don't know. I'll just call it either one. Anyways, this wing is rubber banded on to the frame. You have your rubber band attachments there. Whoops. Little rubber band attachments there. Those are rubber bands. That sticker always tries to pop up on me, so I might just tape that down. Not a really big modification that I have to post a video on. Same with there. right there. But anyways, this plane really, this plane is really good for flying in very small and limited spaces. Now, this airplane likes to tip stall. Tip stall is going like this and going to a dive. Since this doesn't have that much wing area, it always likes to tip stall. Now, if I compare, well, you can see that this plane is smaller. But if I compare, let me see, like, that's nose to nose. A little bit longer there, way longer here. You can see how the yellow one's longer. This one's $114. I mean, I don't think this plane would be worth $114 or $99, which they say it sells for on Red Rocket Hobbies or HobbyZone.com. That's what they say it sells for, $114 or $99. But I paid top dollar for this thing, so I didn't know it was $99. So yeah, made by Horizon Hobby. But I really don't think this was worth $114. I mean, because how can they make something way bigger, works better, and 380 motor, not 180. ATC system, but that you don't really need that for this aircraft, because this aircraft always wants to correct itself. It never wants to go into a dive unless you purposely stall it because you just make it go straight up. I mean, it can climb like this on no motor power. It might be a little slow, and you might be a little tip stalling, maybe a little jib jumpy, but yeah. So this rudder, even though it doesn't look like it put much effect to this aircraft by itself, believe me, it does. I have no clue why this big airplane with a rudder about that small, but this airplane you can actually control where it's going. Now, if you have the ACT on this airplane, the rudder only moves about, let's say 4 millimeters. I don't know, a centimeter, I don't know. About 4 to 8 millimeters on this airplane, if you have the ACT on. That's not a lot. This one moves, 10, 15 millimeters, I would say. These are just estimates, so don't try to do anything about that. But that's my comparison. And have a little down force on that, make it fly slower. But it has a thin wing, so it flies very, very slow. But this has a kind of thick wing, well, not that thick, but this is a glider, so it already goes slow without you having to worry about anything like that. Now, it would look kind of hard if you looked at it from a distance, putting the battery in there, but believe me, the battery I can do with one hand, just put the battery, just place it in there, boom, you're good, and just plug in your connectors and put it down there. And then put your hatchback on and you're good. So I'm not going to plug it in now, but that's what you would do. Made by Exceed RC. Got it from Nitroplane, $69, $70. And there was one for $55, Jack User Jack. I think that's how you say his name. He told me about that, and now I know about it, so I'm giving advice to everybody to get the white one. You'll save money, and you can get a mini camera if you want. They have those on there. But yeah, so just to keep you updated, I might get a Warbird, maybe a BF-109 Messerschmitt, whatever you call those, airfield 80 millimeters from Nitroplanes, or I might get a 64 millimeter ducted fan jet from Nitroplanes, the EF-2000 by Arttech. I don't really know what that plane looks like, but I will soon if I look on YouTube, search on YouTube, and I'm sure Night Flyer, something like that, has a video, so I'll be looking for that. But it's Exceed RC, very good for advanced and beginner jets. They do have a Piper Cub, but I would recommend getting this because it's slower, easier to control, and every time you go into a dive, you can get it out of the dive very, very easily. So believe me on that one. I guarantee, I'm not gonna, guarantee you, but I'm pretty sure this plane will fly the first time on your first flight. So please comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to see videos weekly about RC airplanes, show flights, and product reviews. So thank you for watching, and bye.